Hello, my name's Julie from So Unique, and I will pop all the links down below where you can find me on social media. Well, welcome to episode 167. Welcome to everyone. If you're a regular or a new subscriber, thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoy what you see. Well, this week I haven't really got as much crafting done as I'd hoped, which I knew I wouldn't because it is actually Easter Monday today, and so I had Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I would say, of crafting up to Thursday afternoon. Then sort of Thursday, Friday, it's just been having a clean round the house, just sorting a few bits out, putting things away, usual thing, and doing a bit of baking and that ready for the weekend, because we were having family round on the Saturday and again on the Sunday, which is always lovely. It just flies by far too fast. So I showed you last week one of the magazines that I got from the local supermarket. Well, I actually managed to do the asparagus quiche or tart, whatever it's called. So I will pop a picture in up here somewhere, and I have to say it turned out really well. Everybody enjoyed it. It was so tasty. It's definitely going to be on my list for making some more. But I think I'm going to try it as well, and maybe with, I think for us, because we don't eat pastries, Kevin and myself, really, only occasionally. I say that, and I've got cheese and onion pasty for tea, but we try and steer clear of the pastry. But I think sort of when we've got family round, or if we just want something different, that will be definitely on the list again. But I think I'm going to try it with the sort of veggie tart that I do with the cottage cheese, and put the asparagus in and the spinach in there and the cottage cheese, just minus the cream. But having said that, I could probably put a bit of cream in. I don't want it to get it too wet though, but I'm definitely going to do it again. It was a hit and it's all gone, which I'm not surprised. It was very tasty. What else have I done? Oh gosh, I've forgotten what I've done. I didn't manage to get the chocolate puddings done. I didn't have time for that, and I didn't manage to do the rhubarb salad, which I've not stewed. I baked some rhubarb today, and that's in the fridge, so I've got enough for like 2 or maybe 3 meals with that. So I can either have it for breakfast with yogurt, or I can have it as a salad. So if I've got enough ingredients, I will be doing that next week. So I just need to think now what I actually made. So just hang on a minute. Remember, I made some ice cream. I think there must have been, I don't know, 25 pots of ice cream, and they're in the freezer now, and nobody's eaten them. I'm surprised to say. And I made a vegetable soup with like leftover vegetables, and we had that Saturday lunchtime actually, and that was really nice as well. Probably one of the nicest veggie soups I've made for a long time actually. So the leftovers have gone in the freezer, and I've got 3 sort of good sized pots in the freezer, so we'll have that some other time. Yeah, so I think that's probably about it. Like I say, I'll put the pictures up here of what I've done. So that kept me busy. So let's get back to the crafting. Now, as you can see, my felt flowers are still sat here. I've made 2. That's all I had time for, and I just made 2 to see how the sticks went in the vase. So I'm going to have to lift them up a little bit. So the colours are really nice though, so I'm hoping next week I will get on and be able to do some more. So I'm going to sit them there. No, I'm not. I'm going to fall off. I managed to get some cross stitch done this week. Now, that's what I'm doing, the little bunny, which is such a lovely cross stitch. I'm really enjoying this, and that's as far as I've got this week. So I've done on the flower there, and I've done part of the body, but yeah, so that's nice. So I don't know when I'm going to get this finished, but I'm hopefully it'll be soon. Then I can put that up on the wall in the shop. But it's a very cute bunny. And I've also been working on the felt kit that I've got. So that's what it's supposed to look like. And this is what mine looks like. So I don't think I've done too bad on that. Right, yeah, I've got the bird to finish off. It's its wing to finish off. You can see I've done all the markings on the wing ready for this week to get stitching, and then I've just got to hold the iron over it to get some heat so it'll remove all the pen marks. But I've thoroughly enjoyed doing that, and I can't wait to get on to the next one. But as you know, it's the Advent next, so I'm going to have to be patient. But no, I've really enjoyed this, and like I said, I'm looking forward to doing more. So I think they're going to be presents this year for myself. Is anybody else doing any stitching like this? Do you like these kits, or are there other kits that you like? It'd be nice to know what you're up to. So if you want to leave me a comment down below what you're doing, it would be lovely to hear. So really, that's most of the crafting that I've done. Now the finish that I've got is my picture that I showed you last week, because as you know, last week I said I wasn't happy about the colour of the frame. Well, I painted it. It had 6 coats of paint and a coat of varnish, and I must admit I don't really like it. I'm going to have to, I think, at some point when this comes home and I have it at home, it's going to need a new frame, I think, because I can still see a bit of the dark of the paint, but as it's going up on the wall above my window in the shop, nobody's going to see it. Even I'm not going to see it. So I'll show you what it looks like. Let's see if we can stand up so you can see. Oh no, hold on a sec, I've lost the button. Sorry about that. I picked the frame up, and because the frame's at an angle, I've just popped one of the buttons off, so I must be careful. But like I say, I've painted it white and I've stuck some buttons on, and it looks heaps better now. The fabric looks a lot brighter. I'm a lot happier with this, and I put some vinyl on, so we've got so much fabric, so little time, and cut pin sew repeat, and I've just put some buttons around it that picks out the colours of the fabric. So I'm really happy with this, and yeah, so I'm looking forward for this to go up in the shop. Don't know when that'll be, hopefully sometime in May. I know there's going to be a couple of weekends free, so I'll have to get Kevin down at the shop to put the pictures up for me. I've just found some more picture wire and some chain and some hooks, so that's good, because we've had to clear out in one of the cupboards and there was a little tub in there. So yeah, I've got another 2, like I've said before, picture frames that I want to do something with, and I've got an idea for one of them. I'm still going to use fabric for the background, and it's going to be like a book themed one, so I'm going to have to look and see if I can find anything to maybe decorate the frame up, or sort of put some bookish quotes around the edge. That might look nice, so I'll have to look and see what I can cut out. So that's all I've been making this week. So like I said, it's not bad for 3 days, is it? Really. Like I said before, today's Bank Holiday Monday, it's Easter Monday. We did pop out this afternoon. We went to B&M and Home Bargains. Jake wanted some storage boxes. I needed some kitchen roll because I used up all my kitchen roll. So I tend to stock up on kitchen roll from Home Bargains, and I had to stock up the snack box because all the snacks had gone. I'd only bought snacks and filled up the box on Friday after I finished work, because I wasn't in work on Saturday because I work Friday and I had the Saturday off. But like I said, family were around 2 days running, and we've been playing board games. Jake and Adele have got some board games that they've just picked up at the charity shop. Games I've never played before. So I sat down and played with Jake and Adele on Saturday evening after everybody had gone. And yeah, it was good fun. I haven't played a board game for a long time. And I didn't do too bad neither. So of course we're having a drink and nibbling on snacks. I'd had 2 glasses of gin that day. So by the time I went to bed, I think I just went straight to sleep. I put that down to the gin. And then on Sunday, yes, we've got our second eldest son over for Sunday, so he was there for the full day, and the games were out. So yes, I blame those 3 for eating all the snacks. So the box is now full of snacks, so they'll be happy if they do games again. And I did play with them last night as well. We'd got Pokemon Monopoly, and which was good fun because I used to love Monopoly as a child. Even as an adult we used to play Monopoly, probably before the children arrived. And when they were here, I'd got my old games still, so they used to play it. And yes, I must admit they're all very competitive when it comes to these board games. And yeah, I was the first one to go bankrupt, so that means the game ended, which I think we were at it for 3 hours. And Adele actually won. She'd got the most properties with, like, they're not hotels on Pokemon, but it's that type of thing. So she came second. I think Scott came next, and then or Scott and Jake tied or something, I don't know, something like that. But yes, Adele won, so I think she was quite happy. Oh dear. So while I was out, I didn't really buy much apart from sort of things we needed for the house, you know. I spent more than I intended, as you do when you go to these shops. I only went out for a couple of bits. But I did get myself a nice little mug, a little cherry mug, which is just perfect for my decaf coffees that I've got. So it's really nice. It feels quite fine. And I think this was B&M for £2.50. No, yes, £2.50 I think it was. So it's really nice. And my coffee is still quite warm, considering I've not drank very much. So I'm just going to have a sip of coffee. Right, well, next week, what are my plans? I have got some bags that I want to get sewing. Most are cut out, and pouches I want to get sewing because I haven't done any sewing yet, and everything, well, a lot of things are sat there ready to sew. So I can't actually see me starting to sew tomorrow. I've got some orders that have come in over the weekend, which is lovely. So if you're watching and you've ordered off me, thank you very much. So I had a little sale on at the weekend from Easter Sunday till it's on till sort of Easter Monday. I think it was like 11 o'clock on Sunday to 11 o'clock Monday, which is tonight. So yeah, so I've got some orders to pack up and get them posted out. So yeah, so you might see the packing in next week's vlog, because there's a variety of things, yarn and wool, which is all very nice. So yes, I'm hoping now next week to get some crochet done, and I want to do a Christmas item this time, because as I said before, I want to try and do the odd Christmas thing throughout the year, so I'm not running around last minute trying to make things, which never happens. So the first one is a Christmas pudding out of chenille yarn, out of the Jelly Baby, which I've got that in stock in the shop, so I thought I want to do a sample up ready when obviously Christmas things come out. Or the other one is Gumdrop the gingerbread cow, which I've been dying to do this. If you remember, it might have been January, I did a bunny which has got the same shape body, shape and head, and then it got big floppy ears down to its feet. So I'm not sure which one to pick. I did want to do the cow, but I'm not sure if I've got the yarn. I know I've got all the colours for this in, so I've got that. But this one, I got some yarn, and it's quite a chunky, well, it's an 8mm needle, so it's quite chunky, so I'm not sure if I've got enough. And I think, should I get something else, but then that yarn's not going to get used up, so maybe I ought to just try it and see how far I get, and see if I've got enough yarn. Because I know it says 8mm on my balls of yarn, but I think I can drop it down to a 7 probably. 7mm needle, hook I should say, not needle. So I'm going to have a go. So I've got tonight to think about what I want to do, and then I'll have to make a decision tomorrow to see what I want to do. So that'll be a surprise for you for next week, to see what I actually pick. Right, well I think that's probably all I've got to share with you today. I hope everybody's had a lovely bank holiday weekend. I know the weather's been a bit rubbishy today, especially here. We've had rain on and off all day, and a bit yesterday. So, but apart from that, yeah, I hope everybody's had a nice weekend. Hope you didn't eat too much chocolate. I didn't have any at all. I've got some dark chocolate in the basket in the kitchen now, so I might have a bit of that sometime next week when I feel like it. So, like I said, I'm going to leave it there for now, and I will see you all again next week. So have a good week everyone. I hope you get lots of crafting done. And yeah, so bye for now, and I'll see you again soon.